at the National Real Estate Forum or Convention. I am on behalf of Vietnam. It's very key and especially chance to well. I can say that every time I am in Thailand, I feel myself very happy. So far, I visited Thailand for time in so far. Yeah, so far I have visited Thailand for over 10 times. And every time, the more I come, the more I admire the Thai people and the Thailand country. The way you are handling economy after COVID-19, the way you run the tourism industry, is amazing. And when we are meeting in Vietnam to talk about the tourism industry, talk about the real estate industry, the name of Thailand are called by us very often. We take Thailand as our shining example and mirror for our tourism industry and the real estate industry as well. Especially recently, the new government declared many incentives, many good measurements to bring up the economy. For example, to free visa, tourism visa for Chinese and Kazakhstan from now on to the end of February next year, to welcome 5 million foreign tourists. All the way, the Prime Minister declared that Thailand will continue to build the bullet train to connect Bangkok to the border with China and to be connected with the Laos, express train, so that you can make the triangle economic development between Vientiane, Bangkok, and Kunming of China. It is really very, very amazing for us. And the Prime Minister also declared to build, the more special economic zones. That is, we are interested. So I am here, and one more time, I would like to say that we are following Thailand, and we do everything now to try to catch up Thailand, especially in the tourism sector. Come back to what I would like to present to all of you today. For the two topics, not one topic, but two parts. The first one is how to build a successful new town in our country, Vietnam. As maybe not few the developers are in this room, and we all understand that to do one new town project or housing project in every country is very, very complicated, and in Vietnam especially. You can see how we have 3 stages. First one is preparation. Second one is construction, and the last one is to put our construction facility into operation. Here you can see many steps for each stage. And I can summarize for you to see how complicated it is to carry out one project in our country. We have to follow 26 steps with 27 laws and codes, 87 decrees, 135 circulars, 102 standards, nearly 1,000 regulations, about 100 to 170 stamps. In Vietnam, everything, the signature is important, but more importantly, you have got the stamp on the documents. The one project normally takes from 3 to 5 years. But many projects, 1 decade, sometimes 2 decades to be realized. To me, as a developer in Vietnam, I think there are 10 important factors how to get a new town project well done. First, it is a good location. On theory, we are always talking location, location, and location when we are talking about real estate. 2, clean land. It is in land clearance related. If you do not have land, you cannot do anything. And normally this procedure takes very long time. And sometimes created many conflicts between government, developers, and the people who have land on the site. 3, we have good planning. 4, we have good architecture and landscape design. Number 5, regional investment phasing. We have to make into phases so that you can allocate investment fund, as you wish. 6, you have enough finance to deploy. In Vietnam, 70% of the project invested money come from bank loan. 30% from your own liquidity or other sources. So, to have enough finance for projects before you kick off, it is very, very crucial. 7, effective marketing and sales plan, of course. 8, the facilities. The housing and the home needs a lot of facilities and services like schools, supermarket, nursing home, etc. So, if you do new towns project alone without all-in-one facilities, you cannot be succeeded. And here we have our world FIABCI president, also the CEO of FIABCI-Thai in Hanoi. That is the great and amazing, successful new town in Hanoi, the capital city. And my home now also in FIABCI-Thai. So it is, thank you, the president, for that. Decades ago, in Hanoi, we have only FIABCI-Thai is number 1. New town that every people of Vietnamese wish have a house, apartment in. But nowadays, we have many other more. Also, very good new town. Stay, live, relax, retire. 9 is the policy to attract the customer to stay. Build houses, hardcore. This is only the easy job. For the great developer. But the most important part is how to attract people come to stay. And every night when the sun sets, You can see all the light up on the windows of the houses, of the townhouses, of the villas, of apartment buildings. That is more difficult than the hardcore. And all well-reputed developers in Vietnam are trying to catch up that kind of standard. We work clockwise, learn, and to follow our international well-reputed friends and developers to realize our project in our country. And the last one is the good management regulations and the personnel and experienced staff run to operate our new towns. And as I said, this is the 10 important factors. But the most important is how to carry out a successful new town in our country and all other countries in the world is to give not only the house constructed by concrete, by bricks, by cement, by steel, but to give the home for the people where they always want to come back. That is the most important thing I would like to emphasize strongly. How to develop a successful new town in our country. For the second topic I'm sharing with you today is the real estate ownership by the foreigners in Vietnam, which I have shared with my colleagues, my friends in Jakarta, FIABCI Jakarta, just 2 weeks ago, right, the president. Why Vietnam? We have 10 points why the real estate in Vietnam are attractive to the foreigners. One, we have political stability. Our country is a communist party. We have only one ruling party, no other party. So our political stability is very important to pave the safety, long-term and sustainable safety for the foreigners to come, to stay, to relax, to travel, to live and to work. Second, for development strategy, Vietnam's strategy to become a high-income country by 2045, when Vietnam celebrates 100 years of our independence. So we have the long vision from now to 2045. Set the target, where to go to. This is very important for us and for the foreigners as well. The next is institution improvement. We have 3 breakthroughs in Vietnam. One is the institution improvement. Second is the infrastructure improvement. And the last one is the human resources, of course, development. And this is the first one and also a very important one. And now Vietnam are amending 3 crucial laws in regards of our industry. It is the land law, the housing law, and the law on real estate business transaction. 3 at the same time. And our National Assembly will sit down this end of October to approve these 3 amended laws. So hopefully after this, it is good and strong push for our industry in Vietnam. 4, we have very open economy with 17 free trade agreements. And we are negotiating 4 others And as you know, a few months ago, Vietnam and the United States of America has signed the comprehensive strategic partnership. Before that, we have done with China, Russia, India, and South Korea. And in the future, we will do more, so that we want to open more market globally to welcome the foreigners to come to our country. 5, it is the GDP growth. I heard Thailand new cabinet set the GDP target about 5% per year from now to the next 4 years. But in Vietnam, in the past 2 decades, our GDP growth is always from 6 to 7%. And this year we try 6%, and next year maybe 7 or 8%. So it is very important for real estate and infrastructure base. 6, our population reached to 100 million people with especially very young structure. So every year we have 1 more million newborns. That means very high demand of housing and services to be in the future. And more importantly, we have the competitive workforce. This is very important. Recently, I have traveled some country in the world. For example, Japan. The population is going down, and they need a lot of human resources. Japan needs to import a lot of manforce from Asian countries, including Vietnam. Like the family who's got a lot of things to do, but they don't have the manpower to do. So our country, many decades ago, we have the policy to encourage the birth rate of over 2 children per family. And that's the reason why our population even reached to over 100 million, but now it's quite balanced, and why to catch up that, and we have very competitive salary human resources. And the next one is the middle class. It is increasing. And we have urbanization of about 1% per year. Our urbanization rate so far, 43%. And we try to target 45% by 2025 and 50% by 2030. It means the real estate industry is booming. And at the moment, the government of Vietnam has been investing and disbursement of public investment, especially in the ring roads in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, to build more airports like Long Thanh Airport, International Airport. Try to bring Long Thanh International Airport become the regional hub like Bangkok, Singapore, or Dubai. And we are also concentrating to build the North-South Highway. You can see the pictures, in my PP about the projects of highways under construction, and the Long Thanh International Airport is also under construction. And number 10, as you know that the total value of real estate value in the world is 4 times four times more than GDP. But in Vietnam, we still have less 1 time. So the potential is still very, very huge. So for foreigners, that is why. And now what to invest in real estate in Vietnam? Therefore, products that foreigners are very interested in. Housing apartment and landed houses. 2. Tourism villas, condominiums, shop houses. 3. Industrial parks. 4. Offices for lease. And how do foreigners own our property in Vietnam? In Vietnam, the land ownership belongs to the government. The foreigners are allowed to buy and own maximum up to 30% of apartment units and 10% of the landed houses in one commercial housing development project. In Thailand, I heard 49%. This very big percentage. But in Vietnam, for the condominium units, foreigners have the right to buy and to own up to 30%, 30. But for the landed houses, only 10%. How long? For how long? In Vietnam, for foreigners have the right to own property on land maximum 50 years. And of course, the foreigner can extend one more time. It means up to 100 years. This is long enough, right? For the payment plan, if the foreigners wish to buy a house or a property in general in Vietnam, normally we have the sample payment schedule about 5 to 7, sometimes 10 times. Depends on the developer and depends on negotiations between the buyers and the sellers. But for the developer, before handing over the certificate to certify that you are the owner of the condominium unit or the landed houses, you shall not pay up to 100%. The developer has the right to get the payment maximum 95% only. For the tax in Vietnam, for foreigners to buy property, normally we have a VAT tax of 10%. And we have the registration fee, 0.5%. For the condominium units, the price normally includes 2% of maintenance fee. And if you wish to buy, you just open a bank account. With exchange rate now, Vietnam dong to US American dollars, about 24,000 Vietnam dong, $1. Then you can transfer the money to that bank account to buy, to lease our property. And on the way of investment, we want to get back the money, or you want to realize the profit, how to bring money out. Of course, you have to prove the revenue, you have to prove the taxes you have to pay, and of course the remaining money you have to bring out. Yeah, that is all I would like to share with you about how to build a successful new town in Vietnam and how foreigners own property in our country. Yeah, just a few moments to talk about the economic relationship between Vietnam and Thailand. So far, Thai investors invested into Vietnam in about 100 projects with total invested amount about 20 billion American dollars. The ranking from sometimes up and down, but normally in top 10. Every year, Thai people come to Vietnam as a tourist, about 500,000 before COVID-19. In 2019, over 500. In Vietnam, go to Thailand for traveling, more than double. More than double. In 2019, over 1 million Vietnamese visited Thailand. And so far, in the first 8 months of this year, almost 350,000. So we are targeting, Thai government targeting about 500,000 this year. For the Thai and Vietnam relationship, especially the economic forum within ASEAN countries, I always talk to our colleagues that we should bring some incentives to bring up our economy. For example, a foreign tourist to come to one country is allowed to go to other country. We are in the same boat. Why we need a lot of procedures? And we have the economic community. Why we do everything separately? And so I have spoken to the president that we should do with Indonesia same. To bring our ASEAN community become one block so that we can compete with others blocks, other regions in the world. It is better for Vietnam, for Thailand, for Indonesia, and for our own, our friends, countries. Thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.